In the previous video, we looked at installing Python. In this video, we're going to try our hand at making Python actually do things using the textual interface. Text-based user interfaces are highly useful to programmers. They provide a quick and easy way to interact with programs while they're in development, experiment with code, which is, after all, text, and access documentation. How you open a command line window depends on the operating system you're using. On Windows 7, open the Start menu and type CMD into the Run box. On Windows 8, press the Window key and then type CMD. On Command Prompt, on Windows 10, press the Window key and select Command Prompt. On Mac OS X, run Applications, Utilities, Terminal. On Linux or other Unix-style operating systems, the precise mechanism for opening a command line window varies. But they all have the ability to do it. Look for the words Xterm, Terminal, or Shell. Now that we've got a command line, we're going straight into the Python interactive shell. We do that by typing Python into the command line window. If you have multiple versions of Python installed, and we want to interact with a specified version, we can explicitly choose the version from the command line by typing in that version's name. For example, if we type Python 3, we'll explicitly start up some version of Python 3.x. Here's where the fun really starts. When we see the triple greater than prompt, we could type in any Python expression or statement and see the result immediately. That's incredibly useful because it means we don't have to remember every detail about how functions work, what class members are called, which exceptions are raised, under what circumstances, and so on. Whenever we're unsure about something, we could just open up an interactive shell and find out. So for example, let's imagine we're working on an application that uses Python's setDataType, and we're unsure about what exception gets raised when we try to add a set to itself. We could go digging through the documentation, but it's quicker and easier to just create a set in the interactive shell and try adding it to itself. Right away, the system tells us that adding a set to itself raises a type error exception. Sometimes, running a quick experiment in the interactive shell is the fastest way to get information we want, but documentation is nice too. Fortunately, Python has a very good documentation system that we can access straight from the interactive shell by calling the help function. We could pass any object as the parameter of the help function, and it will print out that object's documentation for us. So, if we want to find out about the functools.wraps function, we just pass it to help and read all about it. The help function can also take the name of the object you want to read about instead of the object itself. That could save us the time of typing in an import statement in the interactive shell. The difference is that the help parameter is a string, not an expression that evaluates to the object we're interested in. In this video, we've examined how to make the best of Python's command line and its extensive help library. In the next video, we'll examine how to handle third-party packages